What is happening, everyone? This is Mystic Fluffy here. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing well because I have something to share with you guys. As you guys know or aren't aware, Logan Paul has made a big impact into the Pokemon card world. So recently he actually purchased some cards and also a booster box, and that has pumped the prices of Pokemon cards. And what does that mean and what does that do? It does a lot because it's not just him, but it's also other influencers, other celebrities that are joining in and just constantly they're just pushing and raising the prices of Pokemon cards. And so what I'd like to share with you guys is I want to look at what he bought, and if he was to buy it now, what would he have paid for based on eBay sold listings. So guys, let's get right into it. So first up, we have Charizard Shadowless First Edition. So he's not going small, he's going big with this one. Guns blazing, the fire's here, and he has purchased this one. So Charizard, which is the top of his range in the First Edition Shadowless, the original set. And Charizard is looking smashing. You can see he's done some good camera shots. The shine in the background, the First Edition stamp, that does get my taste buds going, I have to admit. So let's look at the price that if he bought it now. So I managed to find this one. So unfortunately it's not a PSA 9, it is a PSA 8. And that's what it sold for. So this is based on American currency, so $38,000, but there's a potential that there was an offer made to this, so it could have been $35,000, $36,000, but I'm not 100% sure what the offer was for it. However, it was a PSA 8, and if you're not familiar, grading of cards range from PSA 1 to PSA 10, 10 being gem mint condition, so it's in perfect condition, and you can't get any higher grade than that for PSA grading submissions. And so PSA 8 being a lower quality, a PSA 9 should at least be 50% higher than what it is. So you're looking probably, I would say, a $50,000 purchase roughly if it was a PSA 9. Who has that money, or who's a collector to have that kind of money, who knows, but I would say roughly $50,000 if it was a PSA 9 sold listing on eBay. But that is a big smack, that's a big hit, and it's a big price to pay for that. Oh, Logan Paul, he's doing it. Alright, moving on to the next one. And we have another starter, one of the big three. We've got Blastoise. And this one, not a First Edition, but it is a Shadowless, so if you're not aware, so with the base set, there are different variations. So there's First Edition, which we just saw. Let's go back. So you can see the First Edition stamp, and then the next one is the Shadowless, which doesn't have the border. So that's how you can kind of tell. That's how you tell from base set, which is a lower quality of the Shadowless. Shadowless is very popular. People are after it in many ways, and it's very, very in high demand. But it's a perfect tan. It's a gem mint tan. It is pretty stunning, and this just looks amazing. It looks sick because it's blue. The blue background. Blastoise is blue. Being water type just really adds to the fact and adds to the persona of Blastoise. And I would say Blastoise is probably one of my favorite ones from the starters. It just looks gorgeous. So let's look at if he was to buy it now. So I think I couldn't find anything under that price range, but so I saw a Blastoise base set, but it was only for 5.5k, and it's not the right one. But it's hard for me to say what the actual price is for that. For a Shadowless PSA 10, I would like to say it's about double that, I would say. About 10 grand, 10 to 12 grand, roughly in that ballpark. So Logan Paul, he's spending well into the 5 figures on these cards. he's not going low. He's taking big risks. He's going all in. This one. There's Gary B. Where's the 10? Lots of lols, Gary B. I'm the same as well. Where's the 10? Oh, first edition 10 actually. But I guess that's in reference to the Charizard. Next one, another big hit. He bought the yellow cheeks and the red cheeks Pikachus. They're a popular set as well. They're highly sought after. So if you guys aren't aware, so from the originals, from base set, Pikachu comes in 2 versions. One's the yellow cheeks that you can see on the yellow cheeks and the red cheeks, and he bought 2, and I think they're pretty expensive. This is what we found. We saw them for American currency, USD, you're looking at about $14,000 roughly, but since it was the best offer accepted, it could have been $10,000, but hey, $10,000 is still a big hit to the wallet. Maybe $5 grand, $6 grand each for each Pikachu, first edition, Shadows. Logan Paul, I wonder where he got his intel from, how he kind of just went all in and bought all these big hitters. The next one we have Alakazam, first edition, Shadowless PSA 10, another gorgeous one. Look at the shine, honestly. Just the blue background, the hollow foil eyes is just mesmerizing. Alakazam looking like a mean Alakazam, you know how he was in the show. And he's definitely one of the popular ones from the original set. Let's see, how much was Alakazam worth? So Alakazam, where did I find him? So this is all rockets. Oh, there we go. So PSA 10 first edition Alakazam. Let's see, is it? Oh, this is an auction. So $9 grand for that. Oof. $9 grand for a first edition Alakazam. That's winning for Logan Paul, but for the most part of it, for us, it's out of the equation for us to really obtain these expensive, pristine cards, because it's not like every day we can just buy this left, right, and center. But Logan Paul is he just has the money. He can just do what he wants, really. But you know, hats off to him. He's made it that far, so he's earned it. But next in line we have the Dragonite First Edition PSA 9, and this one is from Fossil. And Dragonite just sitting there, trying out cool. And my thing about this card is that it's a bit different from the other holos. You can see the different layers of the card. So you got the red on the top, the green in the center, blue. So it actually goes red, yellow, green, and then blue, and then purple. So there's different layers of colors, and then just really sparkly. And let's check out how much Dragonite is being sold for. It's about $2,000. Once again, it's an offer made, and I would say you're looking about maybe 1.8 at the lowest, I would say, being offered. So yeah, that guy, the seller, would have been just spammed with all these offers left, right, and center. But $2,000 is still a crazy price for these. I remember these, like, because I was looking at Dragonite First Edition, PSA 9, Fossil. I reckon about 2 months ago it would have been about $1,000 roughly, and then now it's just doubled in like 2 months, which is absolutely insane. These prices, these record prices, just going through the roof. And let's see who's the next one we have. Oh, Gyarados. Another big hitter. Gyarados First Edition, PSA 10. Oh, it's even got the illustrator, Mitsuhiro Arita. I think that's his name. So that'll be worth more than what is listed on eBay, unless there's one that's been listed with the autograph of the illustrator. So best offer accepted again. So this Gyarados is about $8,000. Who knows what the offer would have been sent to the seller? It could have been, I would say, he would have just been spammed with his messages. So like $8,000, maybe $7.5 or $7 grand. But if you're adding an autograph by the illustrator, Mitsuhiro Arita, the one that also illustrated Charizard, an autograph will just add another premium on top of that. Could be another $1,000, so $8,000, $8,000 to $10,000 for that card itself, roughly. Just Garen is just looking mean, and look at that, just simply breathless. These cards just look insane. So next up we have the Chansey first edition Shadowless. Chansey is one of the harder ones to get a PSA 10. From what I've heard, it's almost everyone that's gone to submit a Chansey first edition or base set. I think I've seen or heard of a PSA 10. Like the highest I've seen is probably like a 9.5, but not sure why it's hard to grade. But I think Chansey, it was one of the rare ones that you can get from the pack. So we'll look at eBay. We saw some auction, about $2,000 for that. So Logan Paul, he just went all in for the holos on this. I don't think he got many, or if any, of just the uncommons or common cards from the first edition Shadowless base set. The Chansey just looks like an egg within an egg, hey? Alright, let's see next. Venusaur. The big three, he got them all. He got the Stoice, he got the Tsar, now he's got Venusaur. But this one's not first edition. Shadowless. Shadowless is still pretty sweet. But Venusaur, he just covers the whole box of the holographic, and his popular move is Solar Beam, which is super powered. Was at the time the strongest, if not now the strongest grass type attack. So Shadowless PSA 10, he's achieved it. He's achieved what most people want, which is the big three starters. Let's see what Venusaur goes for. So I think I looked this up before, but I couldn't really find a Shadowless. So this is a Shadowless 8.5, so that PSA 9. So let's just say, this is, because roughly Beckett's, if you do Beckett's, if you're not sure, it's another grading company that is in competition with PSA. They're two of the bigger grading companies for sports card and just any trading card games in general. But look at this. So this was auction. Beckett's 8.5, which is roughly a PSA 9. Beckett's, I've heard, is a bit more strict on their grading services, but that's still just an insane price to pay for. You're looking about $7,000 for a PSA 9, or which is equivalent to a Beckett's 8.5. So if you're doing a PSA 10 or a Beckett's 9.5, it's probably at least 30 or 40%, 50% higher. So maybe $9,000, I'd say, $10,000 roughly. If it was a perfect or a gem mint card, but that's still, it's just unheard of. Just this one fell swoop. Logan Paul just came in, swooped them up. Next one we have the birds, the legendary birds from Fossil. So we have Articuno, we have Zapdos, we have the Moltres, all in first editions as well, and PSA 9s, which is a sick grade. Logan Paul just hit a home run with all these cards. He's got some absolute keepers in his collection, in his set. That's just insane that he's achieved all these cards and just bought them outright. Alright, we'll check on the prices. Let's have a look. So there's the lot. So these ones are a bit cheaper because they are from Fossil. They're not like first edition from base set first edition. Base set first edition is the premium set of Pokemon cards. But yeah, it's really subjective. But if you compare it to everyone, this base set first edition is the one that everyone goes in for, is aiming for that set. It's the vintage of the vintage. So the trio birds, Moltres, Zapdos and Articuno, they bought them sold for $2,000. So you're looking about roughly about $600 to $700 per slab. and they're all PSA 9, all first editions. But you know, having that set, it's just complete. Because you know, in the series, they were just usually as a whole to have them, or to see them that they're a trio. Kind of like the evolutions. You know, you got your Flareon, you got your Jolteon, you got Vaporeon. Back in the days when it was just them. So the dogs, legendary dogs, Suicune, Entei, and Raikou, and let's just go back and just appreciate the artwork, the design, and just the nostalgia that we have here. But here we are again. We'll just recap. Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, all from Fossil, PSA 9. Looks absolutely banging. Just my favourite is actually the Articuno, so I'm a bit biased for that. Then we have one of the big three, Venusaur, Shadowless, PSA 10. It's just the nostalgia, just turn back the time, turn back the clock. It's just Chansey, Beckett's 9, first edition. Still looks amazing. Just anything from Wizards of the Coast. So if you don't know Wizards of the Coast, they pretty much created Pokemon cards from up to 2003, before Nintendo took over due to legal rights or legal issues, from what I've heard. And then we have a Gyarados with the signature of the illustrator, Mitsuhiro Arita. You've done well, you've done great. You're well appreciated, well respected, and a lot of love for him. His just design and artwork is simply just out of this world. And this is first edition PSA 10, and it's just, I'm just speechless. Dragonite, another Fossil. He's a big hitter because Dragonite was also popular. You know, from Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite. It's just the evolution of that. It's just out of this world. And we have Alakazam, another big hitter. It's just, I just can't say anything. Just Alakazam, first edition alone just speaks volumes. So I just can't. We have the Red Cheeks, Yellow Cheeks Pikachu, first edition. What was that? It was like 14,000 that we saw, all was offered, but 6,000 each roughly. Who knew? And the Blastoise, Shadowless, PSA 10. This is just one for the home run. Honestly, just looks absolutely stunning. Blastoise. Then we have the Charizard, the Holy Grail, the top of his game, the face of Pokemon. Charizard, first edition, PSA 9. Even though it's not 10, it's just insane. If you're not aware, there's also another influencer called Logic who bought a PSA, I believe he bought his PSA 10 first edition Shadowless Charizard, and he bought it for $230,000 American dollars or USD, which is just completely just shattered the records of what it was before. I mean, like, I think I was looking on eBay like months ago, and a PSA, I think on PWCC or one of the auction services, there was a Charizard first edition. I think it was 9 or 10. Maybe it was a 10 or 9, but it was like $70,000, and now prices has just tripled, quadrupled, and just prices of Pokemon cards is just insane at the moment, and we just don't know when it's going to go down. But guys, I don't want to talk for too much because this is just insane. It's just, I'm going to let it soak in. Who knows what other record prices we're going to see from tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, or 5 years down the track. What's going to happen? Next year is going to be insane. 25th anniversary of Pokemon. Well, that's one to remember. So guys, let me know in the comments below which one's your favorite card that Logan Paul had from his Instagram or from his purchase. Which one's your favorite? Comment below which one's your favorite one. I'll start off. Articuno is my favorite one, so let me know in the comments below which one you like from his collection. Like always guys, if you like these videos, you want to see more of these videos where I just show vintage stuff, modern stuff, anything that's Pokemon cards related, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell on the notification button. So guys, as always, keep safe, stay out of trouble, and once again, I'll see you on the next one.